Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Ray. Welcome back to SFE Tuts, my ongoing tutorial series. And welcome back to the old digs, which are now the new digs. This is the art studio. I used to have a desktop in here. It was almost 10 years old. It finally died. So I repurposed a corner of it. You know, I've got my PS4 in here, got my laptop in here. So I'm going to be doing a ton of recording and streaming from here. And it's going to be awesome. So welcome back to the month of offline, where it's going to be nothing but training mode for me. I'll be shooting tutorials, be talking to you guys, giving you tips, hopefully making you better Street Fighter players. And I'm glad you tuned in today, because all the stuff that we've done before has led up to this. This is the combo primer. And let's just hop right into training mode so I can really disappoint you. So here we are in the training mode. We could go to the grid. Let's change it up. We're going to go to the Kanzuki estate because I'm less concerned about spacing, because you should have been practicing your footsies this entire time. So I'm going to pick Nikali because Nikali has a bunch of combos that I want to show you. And then I am going to I'll beat up on Rashid. I hate that matchup. Here we are in training mode proper. Rashid's hopping around like a madman. There's a ninja in the background. Nikali's being a creeper. And we're going to talk about combos. So if you're looking for specific character combos, this is not the video for you. There are a million other sources. There are other YouTube videos that are like legit combo guides. Go watch them, they're great. Pick up a Prima guide if you want. You can get frame data there. There's a bunch of starter combos. There's situational combos. There's all sorts of good data in there. You can also check out the Street Fighter Reddit, SRK, Event Hubs, Capcom Unity, whatever. All these places have lots and lots of information for you to get combo crazy and come out combo happy. What we're going to focus on here, because, you know, the whole gist of this thing is execution, is what combos are made of and how to get better at those parts and how to practice them in training so that we can maybe get to a point where we can use them in a match. Let's get into a little bit of setup. I want my key display, I want my damage display on. Health gauges, let's not worry about that, because this is just going to be just raw practice. No games are being made out of it. I want you to come down here and turn stun off because it gets kind of annoying. Don't worry so much about all these other states. We're going to be using them. We're not going to really be focusing on playback recording. There are a million tools here just in dummy settings that you can use to get better at combos. So let's hop into it, and we'll get into the first one that I want to tackle, which is target combos. Now in Street Fighter V, they made target combos pretty easy. There's a lot of input leniency. You don't have to have super strict timing. You do have to remember that not all characters have target combos, and typically they're not your best combo. They don't do a lot of damage. They don't give you a ton of conversion opportunities into something else. But there's still something nice to have in your back pocket, especially when you're just starting out and you need to learn some combos. So for Nikali in particular, his target combo is standing medium kick to standing hard kick to his V skill. And V skill for all characters, remember, is medium punch plus medium kick. So I'm going to get up close. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to reset. I'm going to reset again. That time I was holding back, because those are the two variations for that target combo. And you'll see why here. If I have him in the corner, if I hold back and hit V skill, it hits. If I hold forward or hit neutral, it goes too far and he's going to bounce off against the invisible wall at the end. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen some pretty sick combo videos by now, and you want to learn how to actually execute that. Or maybe you've started executing it and you want to be a little bit more consistent. So let's get through a little bit of theory, and we're going to use a 3-hit combo to get through that. So for Nikali, it is a standing medium punch to a crouching medium punch into a light kick Valiant Rebellion. Let's do that now. That's all there is to it, okay? So let's talk frame data real quick without boring you guys. And I'm going to use the standing medium punch as an example. So the first part of that move is the startup. So startup's X number of frames long, and that's just the animation starting. So after that, we go into the active frames, and that's where you're actually hitting them. So that's a couple of frames long. After active, you know, your attacking limb or whatever has to come back. So those are your recovery frames. So you're going from active all the way back to neutral, and you're ready to attack again. On the flip side, you just hit the other character. So you've either put him in a hit stun or a block stun. So let's just worry about hit stun right now. So hit stun is, you know, X number of frames where he can't do a damn thing. And because of those frames of hit stun where he can't do anything, that's where we have combos. Because the next thing we want to do is hit him with another move that puts him back in a hit stun before he can act again. So that's where our crouching medium punch comes in. That's a link. And all a link is when the medium punch comes out, recovery is done, he's still in hit stun, I hit my crouching medium punch. By the time he's coming out of hit stun, I'm in the active phase of my crouching medium punch. So now we're going to focus on links, and we're going to use a tool called compartmentalizing. So this is a 3-hit combo, and in order to compartmentalize it, we need to break it up. So we're going to take the first part, which is a 2-hit link. So we're going from standing medium punch, we're linking that into crouching medium punch. And that's all we're going to practice right now. And all you want to do is get that 2-hit combo coming up consistently. And if you hear the way I'm hitting the buttons, the timing isn't precise yet. Something you can try as a beginner is to mash. However, what you're going to find is you're not getting quite the inputs you want. Also, you might be getting a different move. You might be getting a command normal. Other stuff might be coming out. Your opponent might be doing stuff that's affecting the inputs you're putting in. You want to eventually get to a point where you have really super duper precise inputs, where if you're hitting a 2-hit combo, you're only hitting the 2 buttons, and that's all you hear. Now I want you to go into the lab and practice this. Whatever character you're going to use, find a link for them and just practice it. Just practice your 2-hit on both sides and do it over and over again until you're consistent. Then we're going to move on to the next part, which is cancels. So a wee bit more theory, cancels. So we've got our frame data. We've got our startup, we've got our active, we've got our recovery. A cancel bypasses the recovery of a move and goes right into the next move. So you've got moves, typically normals, that you can cancel into other moves, which would either be skills, be trigger, or specials. So the third part of this combo is the light kick Valiant Rebellion, which is a special move for Nikali. So his crouching medium punch, as well as a standing medium punch and a bunch of other moves, can be canceled directly into this move. So all I'm going to practice is crouching medium punch canceled into light kick Valiant Rebellion. This you may find is harder than links. And the reason is you have to start buffering your inputs. Here we go, more theory. Now we've got to get into buffering. Well, never fear, buffering is not that difficult. You've got special moves, they got inputs, so light kick Valiant Rebellion is a quarter circle forward light kick. Buffering just means you're going to start inputting the move while you're doing another move. So in this case, it's crouching medium punch, and then watch my inputs on the side on the key display. I've already put in that quarter circle forward plus light kick while I'm hitting the medium punch. This is another place where you have to mess with your timing, just like with links. Because right here it's fast. Other versions of this move, like say if I was using medium kick, I might have to hit a little bit later, I might have to hit a little bit sooner. What you need to really focus on is that it's a cancel. So instead of recovering from my crouching medium punch, I am immediately going into the move. In order to do that, I've got to have it buffered. So you want to have nice precise inputs, otherwise you start getting funky crap like that, which is not at all what we want. And you need to be able to do this over and over again. Personally, I find a lot of cancels to be easier than links. I think they're a little bit more forgiving because you really get to flex that input buffer. So make sure you're able to do the moves on both sides, do them multiple times, or we're going to put it all together, and then that'll be your first combo. Alright, so now we've got combo practice. You've done links a bunch of times, you've done cancels a bunch of times. Now we're going to start putting them together. That didn't work. Bad inputs. Missed the first part. There we go. There we go. So you hear a lot of different buttons being pressed. Remember, at the beginning, you're going to be hitting a lot of different buttons because you don't have your timing down. Maybe you're used to mashing, you just want the move to come out. That's perfectly fine. What you eventually need to get into is precise inputs. Is it a 3-hit combo? It should only require the bare minimum number of buttons, which is 3. That's it. Look at my key display. All you see is a medium punch. You see the inputs for crouching. You see another medium punch. You see all the buffered stuff in there. Like, it's already reading the stuff in the buffer. Okay, you don't see you don't see a clean quarter circle forward. It doesn't care. What it reads is close enough, and the input leniency is there to say, like, okay, I know what this guy wants, I'm gonna give it to him. So at the end, I give it that light kick while I'm hitting forward. It's perfectly happy to give me this combo. Now your job is to, of course, practice this on both sides over and over again. Over and over again, because you don't want all these other moves to come out when you want a certain combo. Because if I'm trying to do this and I get a DP out and I get blocked, I'm gonna get crush countered and I'm gonna eat a ton of damage. Another reason you need to clean up your inputs and do this stuff over and over again is that you need to establish muscle memory. If you don't have muscle memory, you start panicking, you start hitting buttons that are coming in out of order and you don't have a combo anymore. And now you're getting counter hit and you're eating a lot of damage. This is why you're doing all these combos, however advanced or however simple, whatever that might be. They might not be optimized, I don't care. You're doing them a million billion times in training mode, okay? And this is just to start getting that muscle memory down. You have to keep doing this over and over again. Just like you practice execution on your specials, on your command normals, on your throws, you've got to do it for all your combos. However, let's get into some special considerations. So a couple considerations: cancels, links, buffers, whatever. They only work if you're actually hitting the opponent. And it's the same if you're on hit or on block. Game doesn't care. If you're buffering something and you're whiffing, the move's not going to come out. So if I'm over here and I'm hitting my crouching medium punch and I'm buffering into my light kick Valiant Rebellion, it's not going to come out. Now if I come up here and hit him with it, or I hit him with it and he's blocking, it's going to come out. So you need to be aware of that. Now hopefully you already did the footsie video and you've already got your ranges down. Now what you may not have noticed is when you hit someone, there's something called pushback. Pushback either affects your character or it affects the other character. So Rashid's not up against the wall, so when I hit him, he gets pushed back. Now he's out of range. So I'm gonna hit him 1, 2, he's out of range. 1, 2, he's out of range. If I back him up against the wall and I hit him, he's pushing me out because he's got nowhere he can go. Once again, 1, 2 hits, nothing else happens. So if I'm at point blank range and I'm trying to hit him with a combo, it typically works, right? Now if I'm a little bit farther away, well, parts of my combo are gonna whiff. This part whiffs, this part hits, the last part doesn't hit. You need to test all the combos you're working on at different ranges. You need to test them in the corner, you need to test them in the middle of the screen, wherever it might be. If you're not used to all the different ranges, then you're going to be whiffing a lot. And if you're whiffing a lot, you're going to get punished a lot. And then you're not going to be happy because you're probably going to be losing. So please take that into consideration. Change your range, walk in and walk out, figure out whatever the optimal range is. And then maybe you'll figure out like, oh, this is how I can start optimizing. If I'm back here, I can hit him with that, or I can cancel into that. Nope, that doesn't work. So we're gonna keep going back to the drawing board and trying to figure out what our best options are. We should either get closer or, I don't know, maybe use a different combo. Something else to think about is whether or not the opponent is standing or crouching, because certain moves and therefore certain combos aren't gonna hit an opponent who's crouching. So Alex is crouching and none of Ryu's Tatsu's hit except for the EX version. So if you want to practice this on your own, you're going to go into dummy settings, you're going to turn state from stand to crouch, then you're gonna play around with your moves. So look, I'm going from medium kick, canceling into Tatsu, it doesn't hit. However, there are other moves like Ryu's Crouching Fierce, which will stand the opponent on hit. So from there, I can cancel into Tatsu, and now it hits. Now remember, this is basic combo execution, so let's use some of those training room tools that we have available by going to options. We're going to go to dummy settings, and we're going to set guard to after first attack. This is a great way to check yourself without relying on that combo indicator that's going to pop up. So if I'm not hitting stuff with the right timing, Alex is going to block after that first hit. Now if I'm hitting with the right timing, I'm actually going to get the combo. He's going to get hit, and I'm going to do damage. So this is another way to supplement your practice. I would start with guard off, make sure you're able to consistently do your combos, and then start testing yourself by turning after first hit guard on, and then take it from there. And that's a wrap. That's all there is to it. Like I said, this is really raw execution. This is the basics. So you need to treat it like your basic execution drills, and just get into the training room and do your combos over and over and over again until it's muscle memory. Because if you still have to think, how to do that combo, or what's the next move, you've probably lost that exchange, you may have just lost a round, and you may have just lost that match. So you're in the training room for a reason, and that's so you're in a low stress environment where you can just learn. And you're gonna learn by doing this stuff over and over again until you don't have to think about it anymore. Your timing is down, your links and your cancels are clean and crisp, your inputs are precise, you're getting one button per hit. That's all you need to worry about. So if you guys need help, leave a comment down below, ask for help. Someone else who's reading comments may help you. I may help you. The end result is that hopefully you get better at the game. So guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with the next video where we actually talk about how to apply this stuff to a match type setting, because what we learned here, just a tipping point. Later.